Hello guys, in today's video I will talk about I want to not kinda explain but just show you one of the perspectives how you maybe can see dreams and how this perspective, if it is actually like that, how it can help you to have the control of your dreams and to some degree decide what you want to have in your dream and how you want to act in your dream and shit like that, right? Because to some degree dreams, when you go to sleep and then you get dreams, it's to some degree an area, a field, a realm which in which kind of emotions govern, in which you create something based on the space that you are in and shit like that. That's why maybe you when you go to bed and you're like kind of stressed and everything, you may get the dream that is kind of based on stress or like horror, depending on how you, in which vibe you were in and shit like that. Because when you are going to sleep, the only stuff that you can see with your eyes, like you can see in your dream stuff, the only way that you can see something is when you're forming it within, because out as I can see stuff now outside, like a glass, this stuff and shit like that, how I can see myself on the phone and the camera, all this is already made and I just observe it. But there, when something is created, mostly it is created from within and you see it like that, you see it you see something based on the shit that you created that will represent it, Loki. That specific thingy that you wanted, If you wanted to create, like you wanted to show some type of, let's say, glory or like happiness, richness, you will put, depending on your associations, you will create different images which will have the characteristic, the support the feelings, the characters of glory and shit like that, So yeah, you'll even like have a word that says in English, daydreaming. It's like when you walk and you just like in your head thinking about different shit and you just walk. And the thing is like, yeah, with your eyes you see different stuff, but there, when the place that you're daydreaming in, you are more there than actually here as you walk or as you drive and shit like that. Because like all your emotions, all your attention, all your emotions, all your thoughts are being like as an energy put into that specific realm that you daydream in, and shit like that. So you like focus there, and it even be boiled down to you will make actions that you low-key made up, actions that were initiated because of some type of surrounding, and that surrounding was created by you in your daydream thing, So for example, you can walk and in your daydreaming you thought about something ugly or something like nasty and shit like that, and it make you shake, like in real life, in the life that you are now walking now down the street and shit like that, So the same kind of concept goes into when you fall asleep and shit like that. But when you sleep, your eyes are, you're not using your senses to observe the 3D surrounding, the surrounding that we are living like physically in. You're in your internal world and you create that type of dream in your internal world. And how it can lead to you controlling your shit is basically you taking care of your mind, of your emotions and shit like that. I even tried, like, it kind of, I mean, like, it works for me. Maybe I'm more kind of in tune and that's why it works for me, because like it's not like I'm superior than somebody else. It's more that I'm more tuned in and I have less distractions and shit like that, when doing different type of processes. For example, when I'm going to bed and I'm thinking about like some type of topic for it to appear in my dreams, I may focus more on it and I may make it more clearly than the guy who is not as in tune as I am. The guy who is not as in tune as I am, he may be laying down in the bed, he may think some different thingies, and he will get distracted, and all those distractions based on the that were created based on the space that he flew in internally may also be mixed with the idea that was intended in the first place, you know. So it may get mixed and shit like that, and you may have this mixture in your dream and shit like that, and the dream will be mixed and shit like that, you know. So yeah, and the more you get tuned in, let's say, with your own self, the more I guess you are able to control your dreams, you know. So for example, you can maybe even get to the point where you appear in the dream and you know that this is a dream, you know, and you just have the whole control over it, and you just create what the fuck you want to create. Or it can be also, if you're maybe a little bit less tuned in, it may play out in the ways that, for example, you go asleep, you fall asleep, you have dreams, and like some shit in the dreams appears, you don't completely have the control over it, but you still decide some type of action that you do, you know, down the line. Like for example, in the places where you're when somebody would run from someone, you actually turn around and fight that, let's say, demon or monster, or the one who runs after you, you know. Or you, for example, make some decisions that you know that are based on the morality that you have in the conscious life. So for example, I remember I even had the dream, like I remember at one point I was a vegan and stuff like that, you know. And I had a dream where I was like in the shopping center, in the shopping mall, and there was like a little stand of McDonald's, and they were giving out free like cheeseburgers, hamburgers, and shit like that. And I remember at one point my friend in the dream told me like, "Oh, let's get some cheeseburgers and shit like that." And I was like, "Okay, let's get it." And you know, the moment when I was like reaching for the cheeseburger, I remember that I'm a vegan, and I was like, oh no, no, I'm not gonna take it and shit like that. And also that's how it also can work. Like your moralities that you create, and they are then, because you create moralities, right, and then goes into your unconscious mind. So Loki, it not Loki, but it is actually builds in that type of morality. Those like bricks, that building is actually being built within of you, and now it's like to some degree a part of you. So some action that you will do will be based on that low-key building and shit like that, you know. So you have this building within of you, and even when you'll go in your dream, you create something from within of you, which is a part of you, you know. You create some parts of you, so you are the creator of the thing is, and the thing that is your morality is also low-key a part of you now, and you also take it as a part of you, and you act in those kind of ways. Yeah. So low-key also your dream can be, so yeah, you see, low-key your dream can be influenced by different things. It can be based on different things. It can be based on the way you see stuff. It can be based on your moralities. It can be based on how you were brought up to be. It depends on who you think you is and who you are. It depends on how you see the different experiences that were happening with you and how you interpret them and shit like that, you know. And also is based on the, like, let's say, mindset and the emotional state, intelligence that you are in and that you use and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, so you can also try to go into a dream, and before falling asleep try to like maybe go over some topic and shit like that, you know. And then it may appear in your dreams like something that you don't actually know, and maybe you don't actually know if it is the thing that you actually want and stuff like that, because you may get lost in be lost in all the different distractions that come, that the conscious world come with and shit like that, you know. You may, because we all live lives and shit like that, we are all to some degree distracted, and you know, for example, like you have these friends, they look at you in this type of way, blah blah blah, and this and sort, and you know that you have to do this and that, and at this point you're working, but you have to go here, and you have your dreams that you want to like goals that you want to reach and stuff like that, and you have all these different mixtures, and you may get blinded by more physical stuff than, because we live in a physical world, right? You may get more blinded by the physical stuff than by the goals that are still in the process of building but are not in the physical matter for you to actually see it and shit like that, you know. So yeah, you may think it's not real depending on the person, of course. shit like that. And so yeah, depending on all those different thingies, you create your dream. I have 5%, so you can play around with deciding what you want to have in your dream. Then I have also like a video about association, stuff like that. There, I think in the last few minutes I explain also how the different associations are also playing out in your own dream. You know, for example, that one person may see the same thing as you see in the dream, but you may have different. It may have different characteristics that they want to represent. You know, and shit like that. So depending on what you associate a certain thing that both participants are seeing, depends on you how you associate the thing with the things that you have and shit like that. I got lost in the words and shit. Yeah, but I wanted to say conscious mind, blah blah blah. Something I wanted to say that I forgot and then I remembered again and shit like that. But yeah, your dreams. That you may see something physical, not yet physical. I don't know what I want to say, but I wanted to bring some point. Maybe I'll remember. I still have some time though. I have 1 minute. Yeah. But yeah, basically that's about your dreams, and I think Loki, you need to know something. You just have to get good with your internal self, because all the dreams are created from the internal things. So yeah, that you may get distracted by all these different things that surround you and stuff like that in the conscious life, and you may don't actually know how you feel about certain stuff, right? So for example, when you will try to fall asleep, try to think about the topic, and then in your dreams you will get maybe some type of explanation how you actually feel about it, because it will be based on your let's say emotional space, and that emotional space due to different like moralities, as I said before, associations, representation that you pictures that you interpret and common to this characteristic way, qualities type way, you know, and shit like that. And it may maybe give a bigger picture for you to see actually the situation from within than you see it in your conscious life, you know, because in the conscious life you may get lost and you may compare it with different things, as I said before, that are not that are more tangible than that thing that you're trying to figure out. But in your internal world, everything is like internal, you know, so you create something and like that. But you have to decode the dream slowly in the way of characteristics